Alright everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. Once again, it is time for Lantern Rite. We are just going to keep rolling along with these Potato Jara videos. Thank you so much, Potato, for all your help. Let's jump right into it.
Paimon votes we go say hi to Xiangling first.
What is this, the third Lantern Rite, I believe? Zhongli, always at that same table.
Xiangling? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here!
But he's on the opposite side than he's usually
Why,
on.
the pleasure is all mine, as is the surprise, surely. It must be
That's a little
fate that
different.
brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
Things have been going alright.
Setbacks are inevitable over the course of a long journey.
Wait,
If you wish to share what's troubling you, allow me to lend my ear. There is no need to shoulder all burdens by yourself.
thank you, Zhongli. When was this,
You are
time-wise?
too kind.
Must have been after
So, Xiangling, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
Sumeru, because we're Dendro
I
right
had
now.
originally
Or during
planned to
Sumeru?
set out after this last round of tea. However,
Oh, the lantern!
I had planned to take a walk to Chimes village
Always so
and gather
wonderful.
some nascent bamboo shoots, which are currently in season.
Only Zhongli would say,
villager
ah
there
yes,
once
I need
gave me a
nascent
small
bamboo
sample.
shoots.
And they possessed a most excellent flavor.
Huh? Nascent bamboo shoots? Why can't you just use normal bamboo shoots instead?
The newer ones are fresher?
Wait, Paimon
Sweeter?
knows, because Zhongli prefers the finer things in life, right? Okay, Mr. Particular, let me guess. Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture and a delicate sweet taste that its normal cousin cannot match.
An astute observation, Paimon. You know me well indeed.
Aw, good job,
Lantern
Paimon.
Rite is almost upon us, but besides the bamboo shoots, there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Who's list.
Oh, she has a list again
May
this
I
year.
ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
I wonder what she's making.
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity to say hi to some of our friends, but before we were able to figure out a schedule, we ran into you.
Well,
Tao always gives Zhongli
might
the
I
most
invite
random
you to
side quests
imagine the
during
sheer
Lantern Rite.
delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo shoots in all the land. Generous cuts of pork belly and crisp, fragrant bamboo shoots placed together in the pot and left to simmer slowly for half a day.
I'm already drooling.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
It sounds
What's
amazing.
onto your plan? You just want to hoodwink us into fetching your bamboo for you.
He succeeded. Look at her eyes.
Why, I assure you, I would do
The
no
wide
such
eyes,
thing.
the innocent
I
look.
merely wish to inform you of the freshest, most succulent and flavorful bamboo shoots one could ever hope to taste.
Look at that smile. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Let's go, traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore.
Ready to go when you are.
Collecting a few bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon has got to get her hands on some of that soup.
And thus the side
Such
quest
fine
passes to us.
specimens are indeed well worth the excursion. Very well. I shall leave the bamboo shoots to you. Should you have the good fortune to find some, please share them with me as well.
See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
Bamboozling us,
There is
bamboo
no
shootling
need to
us.
rush. The streets of Leo will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period. By all means, go wherever your interests lead you. The nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast. What an honor it would be to savor them in the company of friends.
I understand. We'll check in with you later.
Enjoy your walk, Youngly.
If we wait too long, they won't be nascent anymore,
Take
though.
care now, you two.
Oh, child! Oh my god, look at that bird. Did Xian Yun make that? Sorry, somebody was drowning?
Are you okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
Yow yow! Oh, this must be her introduction. Look at the question mark. Whoa. Fontaine? Oh, this must be
now.
like an introduction to Fontaine
So
characters?
much.
If this is during Sumeru?
That was scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here. Oh, a little girl?
Hi, Yao Yao. Are we in
Greetings,
Chixa?
everyone. My name is Yao Yao, It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, right, she's Dendro, so she couldn't have been introduced until Sumeru.
She's so well-mannered.
Yeah, look at her vision.
My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine.
Dvorak?
I came through Stone Gate, intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery, and before long, I was completely lost.
Understandable.
Just now, I was so mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss Yao Yao's help, I shudder to think what might have happened.
I'm shuddering to
alright,
think your
Mr.
guitar is
Dvorak.
getting rained on.
The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy. You definitely have to be careful. Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on what's right in front of you. Don't let your mind wander. As long
Getting
as you
gently
watch your
lectured
step,
by a child.
accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful next time.
Oh, but Yao Yao's the type to always carry
you
around
hungry,
food, isn't she? I bet she has just the snack.
I'll be fine.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue. It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through.
She really
I
is so
expect you still
polite.
have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up. I still have some lotus flower crisps left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the four of us?
Aw.
Aw, what a thoughtful kid! She even has some for Paimon!
Truly quite the host.
You're welcome.
Everyone savor some delicious lotus flower crisps as they enjoy the scenery.
So tasty.
Oh, Paimon rises higher.
More.
More? You already had the
Having a
Subterbeast
healthy
chair.
appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was going to run into you, I would have made a second batch.
I love how many of her
taking notes,
lines.
Traveler.
This is gonna be a long one, so I'm gonna pause. I love how many of her lines you can tell are her parroting what people have told her in the past. You know, be careful not to slip on the rocks. Being hungry means you're still growing. Pay attention to your surroundings when you're exploring. Adorable. And we know that Madam Ping is her teacher, so probably a lot of these are from her. But I just love that it shows that she's well taken care of, and now she takes care of
It's how
others.
you treat your Paimon. What do you think, sir? Are Liyue's snacks to your taste?
I wonder if Paimon is still
I wonder
growing.
if they're not sweet enough.
She grows
No,
in
they're
power.
perfect.
Every day, every meal. Not worried about this lightning, though.
When I was traveling through
Getting
Mondstadt, I had a
antsy.
chance to try one of their moon
Mondstadt?
pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from
Moon
that,
pies.
it seems like they follow a similar cooking process.
Belatedly
Both are
realized.
delicious in their own way.
Moon
As
pies.
for Fontaine's
Do I have
cooking,
any of
though,
those?
It's been a long time since I've had a taste of home.
You've been traveling for a
Sounds like you
while,
spend
huh?
a lot of time on the road, huh?
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the Iridescence Tour.
You're real? You're not a scammer?
Tour?
That sounds somewhat
The
familiar.
Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation.
My god. You've successfully held any?
At least,
I'm
all
amazed.
the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately,
Huh?
it's a long story, so I'll spare you the details. But anyway, so the main reason I'm traveling all around Tavad is to promote our music festivals. But I have some personal reasons, too.
Oh, I want to know the
Huh?
truth.
What are they? Just tell us already.
What's really going on with these festivals?
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I'd have to start with a story from my ancestors.
That is quite the
I don't
history.
want to take up too much of your time.
I mean, we're not doing anything
I
else.
love listening to stories.
We're just getting rained on.
We want to hear it too.
We do.
Okay.
This is true.
Then I'll start from the beginning.
I do, at least.
The story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air.
Deja vu
They
for this
say it
guy.
was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard.
I wonder whose it
Even in that
was.
life and death moment, the ethereal music seized his full attention and almost made him forget the fact that he was drowning. When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word.
Where did this
My
take place?
ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, he drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind.
Okay. Someone who saved this person from drowning, so possibly hydro-affiliated, but then somehow was accompanied by beautiful music. Was she singing? Wait, what did he say? I don't remember. It doesn't say. There was a wondrous tune in the air, and it was beautiful. So somebody possibly affiliated with Hydro, and then possibly somehow surrounded by music. I don't know if she was singing or playing an instrument, or she was surrounded by the music in any case. And then she's very swift. So, Animo or just speedy. But what nation was this in? Was it in Larua?
He drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind. In the end, all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance, before at last he turned around and made his way home.
Reminds me of the horse
Once
lady.
he returned to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument.
So it
so
wasn't
that he
in
could spread
Fontaine.
his story far and wide, just
It's
like the
good to
bards.
know.
After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy.
Like Paimon, maybe.
The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called the Lady Overlooking the Lake.
The Lady of the
People
Lake.
now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument, so long as you play a pleasing melody, you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight, playing along with you.
If we find a lake, we have to play by it.
Oh,
It's a nice legend. At its heart
Exactly.
is a true
It
story.
may just be a legend to others, but for me, it's a real part of my family history.
Ooh, the rain stopped. I'm glad nobody got hit by
I
lightning.
wanted to find out the truth of this tale. So I decided to retrace my ancestors' steps and search for that lady's modern-day descendants. Of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those years ago. So I always knew that the search would be akin to looking for a needle in a haystack.
You're searching the
I've spent
entire
many years on the
world.
road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth. The wish that I've spent half my life chasing after has now become something of an obsession.
Or a
I
dedication.
haven't lived half of my life yet, but
Oh.
still, I understand how you must feel.
Oh yeah?
Paimon too!
Oh yeah?
It's like,
What are your guys' obsessions?
imagine if you saved the center
Food.
of a lotus flower crisp, which is the best part, by the way, because you wanted to eat it another day. But then suddenly, sploosh! It falls into the water, never to be seen again.
I'm not
I
sure
will
how that's
definitely
similar.
remember that for the rest of her life.
There's no need to feel sorry for me. I've made some progress over the years. For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Oh yeah? What's your
So you
reasoning?
finally found a lead?
Yes, in fact, that's an intriguing story in and of itself.
What is it? Are you going
I'd
to
always known
share?
that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom. But more recently, I heard that the Animal Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall.
By
and
Lisa
learned that
Fest?
he himself is a patron deity of music. So I prayed for the Animal Archon's guidance in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate, I noticed a cluster of leaves being blown in the wind
Whoa.
further and further west, towards Stone Gate.
Sounds like he actually got
A
some
friendly
help.
local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in the direction of Liyue. So I followed their advice and made my way here.
And that settles it then.
Right?
It was
You
Larua.
get it. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
Because Venti knows all songs,
you
right?
sure?
So he'd know where.
It sounds a bit
That
too
song
much
originated
like
from,
one of those
maybe.
fake legends told by those treasure hoarder guys to scam gullible grannies from Chingsa village.
Gavios being the voice of reason
Return
here.
to the world. Just give me some incense and a little more towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo and ask him to keep you and your family safe and well. And so on and so on. Don't worry, Yao Yao. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens and stuff.
And I promise we're
And
not
anyway,
scamming
You
you.
only got scammed if you handed over Mora, right?
Actually, to express my gratitude, I
Oh,
did
no.
spend rather a lot of more on several bottles of fine wine, which I left at the statues of the Seven along the way.
But you know, that kind of might guarantee the authenticity.
How about this, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't I bring you all to Yujing Terrace to see Miss Ganyu?
I'm sure if Venti knew anything on the
I don't know
topic,
very
he would
many
have shared
people,
it.
So I can't help
So
you
here's
out
hoping.
much. But Miss Ganyu and the Qixing know just about everything. If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mara back. And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
That does sound like a
But
good
you've
idea.
already helped me so much.
Well, I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss Ganyu anyway, so it's no trouble at all.
You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern, right?
Then let's head
All right.
off.
Well, my sincere thanks to you all. I will never forget your kindness.
Okay, everyone, please follow me. I'll be your guide.
Aw,
Remember to watch where you're going, okay?
what an attentive guide.
Paimon's out of a job. Oh well, Paimon will just be a cheerleader instead.
Aw, that's nice. I was going to say, for once Paimon gets a chance to be guided by somebody else.
Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last.
Because it's Lantern Rite. It's the best
almost
time
as
of
if
year.
I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Nice
We're
comparison.
here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration. It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Great. Let's go and
Can't
check it
argue
out.
with that.
I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself.
Look at it. I love it. Xinyan!
Hey everyone! Fancy meeting you all here.
Long
What a
time no
nice
see.
surprise.
That's our line.
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Oh, you might
Traveler
know some of
Paimon
them.
and Mr.
Yep.
Dvorak, right?
Oh, whoa.
I've known them
Oh,
all
of
for quite a while.
course. So you already know each other. Of course you would
When I
know
was
him.
last here to advertise a Liyue stop for the Iridescence Tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
Of course. He's been hoping for that iridescence
Feels
tour
like
for
I've been chasing
years.
this iridescence tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
It's kind of nice to
Is
meet him,
that
though, because I
right?
was starting to suspect that she was
I
being
guess it can't be
scammed.
helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
A Lantern Rite music festival? Yes, please!
Oh, man, imagining
No,
combining the tour with Lantern
I'm
Rite.
actually here on personal business this time.
Quadruple the size of the event.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite music festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
You'd have to get permission
Wait,
first, too.
But we're going to meet the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge.
Uh-huh, that's right. Miss Kuching and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
Oh,
You
are we
mean- What?
are we actually going to convince these guys?
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
A Lantern Rite music festival would be
That's
something
the
different.
Spirit. See, even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently. As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists.
Oh my goodness. Here I was about to say,
My
man,
friend
Xinyan
Yunjin
deserves to
is
get
a
her tour
well-known
someday.
opera singer in
Is
Liyue.
that day
With her
today?
support and a commissioned song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
Oh, she sounds so excited.
Are you just going to sit this one out?
Of course not.
What do you take me for? If we actually manage to make the Iridescence Tour Lantern Rite Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Of course not.
There's that rock and roll spirit.
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
What do you say?
Okay. I'll give it a shot. But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Nice, taking it seriously.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask. Whew, guess my shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yeah,
Aw,
if you run into
I'm
your
excited
senior
for
on the way
her.
to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Your senior.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan.
Another student of
This, Xinyan.
Madam Ping. That Xinyan knows. Well, Xinyan knows everybody.
Oh, it's Master. Is it okay if I go and say hi to her?
Oh, asking for permission. Hi, Madam Ping.
Oh, calm down now, dear. I'm not about to run off anywhere. I'm not a bundle of energy like you.
I haven't seen you in days, Master. I've missed you.
So this is where we learn that she's her student.
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah,
Is
look
a little
who it
bundle of
is.
sugar.
Visiting friends during the lantern rite, are we?
Greetings, Madam Ping.
That's right, Madam Ping. We were also trying to help out Mr. Dvorak over here. We were on our way to take him to see the Qixing.
Hello, ma'am. I am a musician from Fontaine and an organizer of the Iridescence Tour. I don't suppose you've heard of it.
Probably.
Master, the Iridescence Tour is a super famous music festival.
Or maybe not.
An old lady like me wouldn't know much about that sort of thing. A music festival, you say? It sounds terribly exciting.
If we could add some musical elements to Lantern Rite.
How would you feel about that? You're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thoughts would definitely help us figure out how best to approach it. For example, do you think it might be a bit too modern, or is there any other issue?
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge between different civilizations. Times change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the tunes I was accustomed to in my youth. Nevertheless, all fine things in life can be appreciated. And so, I look forward to it immensely.
Aw. She's so supportive.
Here. I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you are the wisest old lady I've ever met.
Goodness gracious, you're all being suspiciously sweet today. Yao Yao, whatever have you been feeding them?
Just some crackers. I believe it was the Lotus Crisps.
Master, you're in such a great mood today. You're even cracking jokes with the rest of us.
Oh, well, I'm sure you must have plenty to be getting on with. Yes? Run along now. Don't let me hold you up.
Thanks, Madam Ping. We'll see you again soon.
Bye, Madam Ping. Thanks for everything.
And when you meet with the Ministry of
you?
Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
Understood, Miss
It's
Ganyu.
such an
I'll
issue.
take my leave now.
Got you!
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well. Also, these dried Chingshin leaves make a great pot of tea that's very good for you.
It's kind of like a resource
I know you've
person.
had a lot to deal with at
She always
work
collects stuff and
recently,
carries
but
stuff.
You shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you're not careful, you'll end up falling asleep in the grass again.
Well, this is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking to their disorganized older sister.
I suppose you could say they're cousins through Madam Ping. Don't listen to Paimon.
Thank you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid. I do have a tendency to neglect matters outside of work, and that's something I should improve on. Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Ah, Paimon will do the honors.
Paimon tells Ganyu all about Mr. Dvorak, from how you met to his family history to the music festival aspirations or something.
What's wrong? Did Paimon go over everything a bit too fast? It's definitely an ambitious plan. If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
It may be a little difficult to make this happen.
Yeah, it's very last minute.
Well, the Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not only be visually spectacular, but also appeal to the tastes of Liyue citizens from all walks of life. The Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in Liyue. It's difficult to predict how a brand new show will be received. It would be quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
Very reasonable. What can we do to prove it to them, no?
All very valid points. I completely understand.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's festivities.
What? Wait. Your reasoning's not even, mentioning the fact that it's gonna be hard to pull this off last minute, but you were just saying that, you don't know if people will like it, people might not be happy about it, people don't know about it, so you're going to make it your headline finale? I'm not sure I see the logic there, but you know what?
Some live music will
It's
certainly
fun.
add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue, let's reserve a space at the docks.
So we're not stealing
Yes.
anyone's thunder?
My thoughts precisely. Now I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish.
Nice
As long as
alliteration.
I clearly lay out the pros and cons and highlight the key points of the proposal, given that Ping and the Traveler have both given the idea their blessing, I'm confident that Qixing will be sure to give it serious consideration. Mr. Dvorak, I will need to discuss with you the number of musicians who will be coming to Liyue, as well as their catering and accommodation requirements.
Oh, yes, certainly. Let's step to the side and discuss further.
I suppose you have to give them massive kudos for being able to pull off something like this last minute. Down to the transportation and catering.
As soon as there's work to do, Ganyu's as diligent as ever.
I wonder if what she's not saying is that they didn't have a finale act in place
Master
yet.
once said that
Or something
everyone
fell
has
through.
things that they are good at and things that they are less good at. So, with that in mind, Ganyu shouldn't feel compelled to become perfect at absolutely everything. I'm good at taking care of people, so that can be left to me.
Wow. Hey, Yo-Yo, can you take care of Paimon too? Paimon's getting hungry again.
Paimon, you're trying to freeload
I'm
again.
afraid my backpack's empty now, but if you let me know what you like, I can bring you some of your favorite dishes next time we meet.
Do you just carry
Apart from lotus flower
dishes around?
crisps, what else do you like?
Anything sweet, and anything that's made from slimes.
Oh, she's hooked. Shenling, what have you done? Maybe she just likes eating pure elemental
Here's
energy.
what I've drafted so far. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is excellent. I'm racking my brains, but I don't think you've missed a single thing.
She's a consummate
Perfect.
professional.
Then we'll leave it as is. I'll go make an official copy. Oh, perfect timing. We were just wrapping up our discussion here.
That was quick.
Not at all. Every second counts for a complex proposal such as this. I will inform the Qixing of this development immediately. Please give me a moment to pass on the message.
If they're going to bring
Yao
in
Yao,
more musicians,
thank
I
you
wonder
for
who it'll
bringing my
be.
herbs. I will make sure to take them.
Remember to make tea from them first, Ganyu. You mustn't just chew them raw.
Like Kazuha or
I will.
it's an event, so we
I
could
should be
get
coming
someone from
back.
another region. We could get Venti.
Yo-Yo stays out for too long. Mom and Dad will be worried sick.
I don't know any musicians from
Everyone,
Sumeru.
I'm sure that the music festival will go off without a hitch, so don't worry.
Maybe someone from
And
Fontaine?
in case I don't see you before, I wish you all a very happy Lantern Rite.
You too, Yao
Thank
Yao.
you, Yao Yao. Happy Lantern Rite to you, too.
I wonder if
We
we've
should go
ever...
get dinner together sometime.
Have we ever gotten a character in an event before their region came out?
Greetings,
wonder.
Traveler, Paimon, and
Hi,
Mr.
Kuching.
Dvorak. Call me Kuching. Ganyu has brought me up to speed on everything. I'll get straight to the point. The Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal.
Yay!
Over the next few days, I will be working with Mr. Dvorak on behalf of the Qixing to facilitate the organization of this concert.
Yay! That's awesome!
Unbelievably efficient.
Please, the Qixing have a duty to deal with matters such as these. We have merely moved things forward to the next step.
On a more personal note, I am an avid supporter of all things new and innovative. As such, it is my privilege to work with you on this exciting project.
Thank you so much, Kuching. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was expecting the same outcome once again, so I didn't dare to get my hopes up. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this going so smoothly. It's like a dream come true. Right. Time for me to call in the performers. To stage a concert at a high-profile event like this is a rare opportunity. We'll make sure it's a night to remember.
So they're going to bring more people
Our
in.
music band's finally getting fired up!
It could just be NPCs.
Yes, indeed. I know exactly what I'm doing from here.
But the first time we heard this
For a musician,
thing mentioned,
music
wasn't
will
it Xinyan
always
and
be the
Kazuha?
language they are most fluent in.
What about your ancestor?
That. That can wait for another time.
Oh,
I guess he's dedicated to his work as well.
What's wrong?
Oh, but she knows
they
the story?
told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation, but I was so engrossed in drafting the proposal that I forgot all about it.
Oh, that's quite all right. I don't even know what the person I'm trying to find looks like, so it was always going to be a long shot.
But your best bet is to ask an
Don't worry
Adeptus.
about me, Ganyu. Your time and energy are needed elsewhere. I'm sure you already have plenty to deal with between this concert and everything else going on during the Lantern Rite.
Looks so
Thanks.
sad.
It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard your story. For instance, I wonder if this lady your ancestor met might have been an Adeptus. What do you think?
It's definitely possible.
To tell you the truth, Mr. Dvorak, I am somewhat related to the Adepti myself. I am part human and part Qilin. The Qilin is an illuminated beast. I know how important your quest to get in touch with your roots must be to you, because I've been there myself before,
Wow.
trying to find out where I belonged.
Oh, God.
Did you say the Adepti? And you're illuminated beast? Part Qilin? Are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti are real? So it's not just artistic license?
Absolutely.
Bet they're real. Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Julian Karst itself. There's nothing specifically stopping you from going there, but getting in and out of there is quite an ordeal.
Yes. Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost melody or shine light on a forgotten aspect of Liyue's cultural history, I'm probably not the best person to ask. But if it's a person you're looking for, then I just might be able to help.
I wonder how old Ganyu
I
is.
see. I think I understand the situation now. In that case, Ganyu, shall we divide the work between us?
Was she there for the
Yes.
Oricon War?
That was also my thought.
Or 500 years ago? I
Great.
don't quite recall.
So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan. In the meantime, Ganyu will reach out to our network and try to find the person he's looking for. How's your workload at the moment? Will you be able to make time?
I can probably
Ooh.
get through everything in
Music.
2 days, as long as I don't sleep.
Ganyu?
Oh, wait, what do you mean as long as I don't sleep?
I'm just gonna check. Is this on
Even
my
for
end or is this on
someone
the
with
video's
illuminated
end? Let's see.
Able to make...
Yeah, it appears to be on the
Wait,
video side.
What do you mean as long as I
So,
don't sleep?
As long as it's not something I'm
Even
doing.
For someone with
I don't mind it.
illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended
We
period
continue.
without a break will take its toll on your health.
Yeah, you tell her, Kuching. And then look in the mirror.
It does not sound persuasive coming from Kuchi.
Exactly.
Be it but 3 moons from the start, he who departs.
I was so excited I accidentally paused the recording again instead of the video.
Not sound persuasive coming
3
from
moons?
Kuchi.
Be it but 3 moons from the start, he who returns is not he that departs.
I mean, okay, this could just be talking about months. You know, 3 turnings of the moon. But it could also not be. Be it but 3 moons from the start, he who returns is not he that departs. That's a good. Makes sense.
Even I know the importance of maintaining
cool
a healthy
quote.
work-life balance.
In that case, 3 days.
All right, I can work with that.
That's still plenty
you have the
fast,
time,
Ganyu.
Would you join me for this search? You're well known to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. I'll feel much more at ease with your company.
Of course.
Okay, then let's meet back here in 3 days.
I would ask, don't you feel at ease among the Adepti? You're kind of one of them.
Space, Mr.
But she did
Dvorak.
just say that
We'll
she's
get to the bottom of this.
tried to find
You're
her
all
place in
so
life before.
helpful
Watch
and
this space,
kind. I
Paimon.
really I just...
Just think.
Just
Imagine
let it
if we
happen.
found the Adeptus lady, or one of her descendants, and got them to come to the performance. Wouldn't that be amazing? It'd be such a happy reunion. And that's exactly what this festival's all about.
I'm sure the wind that guided you
You're
here
right.
feels the same way.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out all the stops to make this lantern ride a true extravaganza.
And thus, our
We
side
should
quests
probably get going.
increase.
Mr. Dvorak, could you come with me to confirm the site?
I almost forgot about the bamboo. And now we're helping plan a festival. We're helping track down a myth. Oh, there's like flying over the ground.
Byron, what is it?
Per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival.
Oh, is there trouble
I am
now?
told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own, so I was just on my way to report this incident to Lady Ningguang. But I'm worried that if we don't act right away, we may miss the window of opportunity to take appropriate action.
I understand. In that case,
Let us handle this
Yeah,
one.
Kuching, you're busy enough as it is. There's a ton of different things in the city that needs your attention.
I wonder if it's a lead for the lady.
Whatever it is, we'll definitely be able to handle it. Well, she will handle it.
I'll
With
do
the
my best.
traveler on the case, it's as good as dealt with.
Oh, hold on. Don't jinx it.
Thank you. This will be a great help. I will inform Lady Ningguang about the situation. Once it's resolved, please come and find me again at Yujing Terrace and let me know.
Might be a primordial being beyond our comprehension.
For us.
Because what exactly is
you
Horse
had my
Lady?
thanks too.
Horse Lady isn't an
Stay
Adeptus,
safe
is she?
and come back as soon as you're finished.
I don't remember.
Good luck.
Wait.
Stay safe and
The
come back as soon
lantern.
as you're finished.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Good luck.
A bird of flame? Or is that just a stylized lantern bird?
Byron said the strange tomb is coming from around here, right?
Trying to recognize where we are. Oh, it's by the salt
Doesn't
seal
hear anything.
on the
There
cliff.
doesn't seem to be a soul in...
I was just wondering how in their right mind would come out to a place like this. So, it's you two.
Hi, Yelan.
Elon? How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
You're far from your
You
usual
look pretty alive
haunts.
to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Fair enough.
Know anything about the strange music?
You're here for that too? Saves me a bit of explaining.
I assume you've heard all about it already.
Come
So,
with me.
what you got?
I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should be safe.
Nice. Always nice working with a professional.
Strange. It looks like it's been looted, except for the fact that there's no sign of a struggle. The bad guys could have sneaked in while the owner was gone, but then how do you explain why the door and windows are intact?
It was long
Seems
abandoned.
you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on what might have happened here?
Yelan, you didn't hide some of the evidence from us on purpose, did you?
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on the same side here.
Okay, well... Paimon gives up then. Paimon's got nothing.
That was your only
What about
guess.
you? Give up as well?
It must have something to do
Your
with that
instincts are
melody.
pretty good. Or perhaps it's not instinct. The strange melody is one of the few pieces of information you have available, after all. Let me share a folk story with you. A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the Larua countryside who would sound a horn every time they were about to raid a village. But it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak and warn them of their impending doom.
Very
To
cool.
escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. Everything else was left behind. The bandits
maybe
were
the
eventually
song-
brought to justice, but the fear and trauma remained in the villagers' hearts.
I wonder
Whenever
if the
they heard
song's
that
being used as a
melody,
lore.
they would feel like their lives were in danger once again, and flee immediately. The culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having to force their way in.
That's quite the story.
The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any great danger. The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal.
If we use elemental
On any
sight.
other day, that'd probably be a good idea. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work today.
Too
Take
sunny?
a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both in using music to commit crimes and in making a clean getaway. Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like
It's a musician, that's right. So do you think we're going to use the festival to lure them out?
We're also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Evidently, they were intent on keeping even the most experienced investigators off their trail.
I'm impressed they've even heard of
Unfortunately for
Elemental
them,
Sight.
I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
Have fun, Yelan.
So basically, if we want to find the culprit, we just need to follow Yelan.
For once, we're not the one doing the work. Once again, always nice to work with a professional.
As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not so much that it would slow them down.
There they are! Look! A treasure hoarder tent! Ugh, not the treasure hoarders again! And so close to Lantern Rite, too! 'Tis not the season for their antics!
Come on.
We don't know if it was
let's
them
round
yet.
'em up.
But still, that little "'tis not the season."
Hey,
Cute.
who are you? Where did you come from?
Hi, you have a name. What? 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 What did I do?
The evidence is conclusive. Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
Perhaps not, but you should be.
I was going to say,
Have mercy!
do you not have eyes?
It's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
Nice
I
delivery.
surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever you say! Please have mercy!
Tell us everything. You have one chance, and I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
I won't, I swear!
I'm really curious about the symbol on the back of Yelan's coat. I know that's really off topic,
You know, so...
but it looks really interesting.
Lantern Rite's nearly here.
got
and
horns or something?
Like a lot of people, I wanted to buy a few nice things. I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
No, not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Okay, continue.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do, and eventually I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn, and my grandma would grab us kids and run. I remember the tune, so I figured I'd try it for myself. I mean, just to see what would happen. At first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave.
He accidentally
did.
succeeded.
And they just left all their stuff right there for the taking.
That's hilarious.
It was too easy.
Wait, there it is. Yeah, look at it. It's kind of like, it looks almost like a skull, and then it has horns and plating on its forehead.
Couldn't resist.
A little heart above it.
Completely wrong of me. I know that now. I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition, and it'll be like it was never gone. Please, give me a chance, huh? Let me make it right.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend Lantern Rite behind bars.
Oh, and now I'm really curious about the symbol on the
Yes.
shoulder.
Yes?
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity. You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
I wonder if his grandma will be disappointed
ma'am.
in him.
You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted quite as well as you do. Does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
Ooh,
You mean...
get him. Become a musician.
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on all of this yourself.
Or, you know,
There's
you must
not
have
much
an
left to
excellent
wrap
memory.
up, so I'll take it from here.
Become a
Guess
lawyer.
this is where I'll say goodbye.
Sure. Well done, Yelan.
What is it? Is there something else?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information, so play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into me out here. You helped a lot with the investigation and arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better for me, too.
Understood. You were never
See you
here.
when I see you. And happy Lantern Rite.
How are you going to give me the credit when you're going to personally deliver
such a
him
pro at this.
to the ministry,
With
though?
her taking it from here, it's as good as resolved.
But I'll play my part, don't worry.
Random event, a strange melody, complete.
At least one strange melody. We still have the other one.
Kind of a shame that we never got that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again.
I'm quite curious myself.
Right? How could anyone not be?
We could play it for the other guy and see if it
When we were
matches
chatting with Mr. Dvorak,
his story.
music seemed like such a positive thing.
If he knows
And
what it
most
sounded
music
like.
is, right? It can help us relax, feel all warm and fuzzy, recall happy memories, or even just think happy thoughts. Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crimes.
It comes down to the ill will of the
really?
user.
Huh. Makes sense. Paimon's musical understanding improves again.
We'll make a musician of you yet.
Now that everything's resolved, let's get back to Liyue Harbor. Baiwen's still waiting for us with our random event rewards.
I'm just imagining Paimon with a tiny little lyre now.
Back. Everything's all sorted.
Or a tiny little
That's great
violin.
news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
Oh, on to the next random event. Baiwen hurries off.
My greetings to both of you. Long time no see.
Long time.
No need to be so formal with us, Ningguang. We've known each other for a long time now. You must be super busy with all the preparations for Lantern Rite. Don't mind us.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and a brief respite from your travels. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize. Once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. The financing arrangements alone could well entail many rounds of discussion. Simply put, there will always be work to do.
Busy as
Wow.
ever.
You're already thinking that far ahead?
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer. I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
We did. Who does it represent?
It looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Sea Gazer. I
Oh,
believe you're familiar with the name.
that's where we got the green rocks from.
Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing.
What's it called?
People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend.
I remember.
On this marvelous lantern rite, we pray that the fallen heroes may be guided home. If the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era. I wonder whether the melodies will be to their liking.
Oh, they're gonna love them. Paimon's sure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and heroes of the past sound like a positive and free-spirited, cheerful bunch. They're sure to be open to new music.
Well, let's hope so.
Maybe not all
I
of
heard
them.
that you'll be going on a search with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady from a Fontaine legend.
Funny how
I'm
these
sure
things
this
happen,
quest
isn't
to
it?
uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most charming tale. Do share it with me, won't you? I couldn't bear to miss out.
Absolutely. Child! After all that, we haven't gotten any bamboo shoots. We need to go get more bamboo shoots. Let's see, on to part 2. What's gone? You falling asleep? Did you end up staying up all night again? Said that you wouldn't. Oh, she's gonna get me.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon.
Don't yawn.
What time is it?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. let's discuss the matter at hand.
Did you stay up all night or not?
I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from. Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot?
Well, Fontaine has their own special creatures too, don't
I'm
they?
curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
They're not exactly strangers to the idea of, Paimon's face. Yeah, not exactly strangers to the idea of Paimon's face. They're not strangers to the idea of beings with special powers. But maybe they imagined her having wings, maybe they gave her horns. Could tease Ganyu a little bit. But I am curious to see if she'll tell us about any beings with wings.
From Fontaine,
besides people like Xian Yun. She's a bird, but she doesn't have wings in her human form.
Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But Paimon definitely can't imagine any of the Adepti looking like that.
I'm so happy they picked the same option as me.
Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Freeze.
Huh? Me?
Just grab them.
Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while. Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Why would you hide? You're a public figure.
So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
Could that be
No,
by the
it's not
person
like
left?
that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word.
Ganyu, have you ever saved someone from drowning?
Thinking something like, one was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once. You may keep your thanks to yourself.
I love that.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer, Paimon.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware,
Graceful zithering.
Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted.
Interesting.
Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet. If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can,
Sleep?
I've been in Lea Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore.
She's like,
If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the
Deluge.
best person to ask.
We spent so long with the
And we're
humans.
pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
Oh no,
I've
definitely
prepared
do.
a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However,
You still have some reservations?
Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just...
You're trapped by social convention forever.
I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts.
You have to chat, and it might be about your baby
Traveler?
stories.
Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Let's go.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now. Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic. Wait, did she leave already? Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
We were plotting to help support you, Ganyu. Item! A single harmony for an irreplaceable soul.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
You're the one who's flying, Paimon.
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh?
Hunting?
Did we miss her?
Visiting a friend?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
Could she be busy with
True.
something?
Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not
I'm
here,
intrigued, though.
I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Uh-oh. Will it involve a lot more traveling?
Paimon. Paimon, who am I? Paimon.
Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Please go on, Paimon.
You go into the teapot and I'll carry you around.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Your plan is
Yes,
to drown?
I think that's fair to say.
You're gonna push me in?
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue!
If you're so sure, why don't you try?
Well that Paimon can't swim, Paimon would sink like a rock!
I just think it's a bad idea.
The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center.
How do you know that they're in hearing range? Someone carries you ashore.
What is going on?
Jiao! Shenhe!
How do you feel right now?
Sheepish.
Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something?
You know, Xiao is very swift.
Please don't make Paimon explain it.
If he saved the drowner originally, he could flee quite quickly, and they wouldn't get a good look at his face.
Paimon will explain. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music.
Xiao, can you play any
But if
instruments?
the Adepti aren't
Can you
gonna
play the
stay
Xiao?
home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
That was fast.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
So you know, Paimon, most
Okay,
Adepti can change their
This
forms,
is
right?
Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
I'm fine. Sorry for troubling you both.
Glad you're okay.
Thank you for coming to save me, even though I was
far as I know,
pretending.
The one you seek
I
is
feel
no
bad.
Yaksha. And one last thing.
Yes?
Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Sorry, Xiao.
As
Paimon.
ever, the Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like the wind.
Why did you make me do
Right.
that?
I didn't dare to say a word just now.
Or potato
How's
Jara,
your
at
training
least.
going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Oh, cute. We're getting to know each other better after last
I
year.
had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However...
You know where she is?
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn.
Hulao.
I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continued to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me.
Oh, nice.
But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything.
Ganyu just doesn't want you to be too courteous around her.
Is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Correct.
Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
What?
It's
You've never heard of music?
kind of happy or
Not possible. You've seen Yunjin's performance.
a nerve-wracking sound, or even a terrifying one.
do you explain music?
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Now I'm ready for a cloud of tenor to just descend upon Lua Harbor. Full Adeptus form.
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
What do you think it'll be? A waterfall? Bird song? The cries of her enemies? As she vanquishes them?
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Oh, the hills are alive? Indeed. I'm getting nothing. It's actually quite quiet here. The music actually stopped. The wind? Calm.
Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything!
My condolences, Paimon.
Oh, whew. Paimon hasn't gone deaf after all! Paimon heard you when you just spoke. Anyway, where is this music?
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
Like, it's meant to be a funny moment, but I actually find it quite sweet that Shenhe, who has experienced so much suffering in her life, derives such simple joy from listening to birdsong and streams flowing, you know?
Paimon wasn't quite done with the description.
They make her happy, and that makes me happy.
It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
Oh. And a melody is?
Come on, Paimon, sing us a nursery rhyme.
Don't you patronize Paimon! Let's get one thing straight. Paimon knows plenty of nursery rhymes, but
I want to hear them.
Paimon can't sing on demand without payment.
Paimon, I have 3 million Mora.
Why don't you just
Give me
sing
everyone
out
you
what
know.
melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Fingers crossed it won't attract wildflowers. Is that Divine Damsel? I think it is. Good job.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yunjin sang?
Yeah.
That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
She knows what opera is and singing.
I felt like I was transported
music.
back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again. We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day. So that's the power of music.
Aw.
Wow,
She liked it.
That was so deep.
I'm glad we could introduce her to something new and wonderful.
Definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs, and a few other things come to mind too. The songs of the sailors down at the docks, the little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops, the tunes of folk artists performing on the streets.
All the sounds of Larua Harbor.
That's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Leoa probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination.
Aww.
The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress.
Yeah.
You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses, but at the very least, Kuching and Shenna are your friends now, right?
Yes, I am.
Aw.
Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
And both of them are making great strides. I'm so happy for them both.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Kuching as well. I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure some of them will be to your taste.
Do you suppose Ganyu eats flowers?
You are too kind.
She does.
I couldn't possibly.
Nonsense. You are my friend.
Aw.
I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me.
He's so happy about
Once
it.
you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time. I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Classic.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you insist?
Nice. Good usage.
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
They complement each other so well.
Okay, you got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
I doubt Kuching will be munching on any flowers.
Dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird.
Cloud Retainer! Hi!
Master.
Hi.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Looking especially illuminated this evening as well.
Now she has the
Double
goal to
hump?
use it rather than she, even after being chastised once already. Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further. One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek,
Ooh.
one suspects to know their identity.
Yes?
Well, shall one lead the way?
Yes, please, Cloud
I still
Retainer.
have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
Happy Lantern Rite, Shenhe.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Happy Lantern Rite. We'll see you later. I'm assuming. We have to release a lantern. Singing her own theme song as she walks away. I'm so glad she liked her opera. I'm so glad that she likes her story.
Is this Quaily Plains?
Oh no, was it Guizhong?
Why did you bring us here?
Wait, was it Guizhong?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
I've definitely heard it somewhere.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis,
Ooh,
the god of...
I want to write this down. Oh my god. I've been wanting Guizhong lore for so long. It doesn't really fit on my Conria note though. Let's put it here. Oh my god, and she was the god of dust. I don't know if I knew that before or not. I think like my brain is saying that I thought that she was an Adeptus for some reason. Maybe she was also an Adeptus because we were talking about an Adeptus. Oh, but the person did assume it was an Adeptus. Was she also an Adeptus or just a god?
Dust.
I want to hear her say the name.
Another name of Agentis.
Agentis,
the god
okay.
of dust. She was extroverted in nature.
That doesn't
and
look
adored social
Latin.
gatherings and inventions alike.
Like Rex Lapis is.
Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Like the green rock we took.
Paimon remembers
Whatever
that
it's called.
name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him.
So sad how many
Once he had
Adepti
brought
have
out the
faded.
treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor One was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations.
Oh, so she also built stuff?
As Adepti, we were each gifted
And she was an
in our own
Adeptus, okay.
ways, and naturally
That's a
proud of our
gorgeous shot.
accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, One often quarreled with Sea Gazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of One's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Okay. He's already gone, Cloud
Cloud
Retainer.
Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
Such as?
What kind of nonsense?
Please do spill. I'm eating this up. I love
kind
this.
Of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat. She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, One never felt bothered or offended.
Right, the diplomat then, or
It also
just
helped
so
that
friendly.
she never referred to One as that illuminated bird or lady bird.
And very respectful as well. Don't you want to be a ladybug, Cloud Retainer? We could be lucky.
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony,
Nice word.
Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table.
Oh, that's Squoba!
Who would
right?
dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations? At the sight of him, we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking.
Very good work.
Back then, One was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink?
I'm imagining like an Adepti picnic now, where everybody like bring a dish or bring the plates, and Rex Lapis brought the cups. Square cups? Did he make them
From
himself?
A square cup.
I wouldn't really mind.
You are most tolerant, but that is its own virtue. Even One
I love
could never
this.
find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation, filling the table with humor and laughter.
She
Each
sounds
of those
really
old
nice.
fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time?
Good company, I would guess.
We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon set and the sun rose, and only then would the banquet finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
We didn't have to wonder for long on that one.
Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story?
Yeah, that was a beautiful story.
Or are you saying that
So bittersweet.
it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already,
Yeah, I think she
Alas,
did.
long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow. One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning.
Sorry.
No matter, one will share the whole story with you now.
Cutscene?
In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our
Guizhong Ballista!
But Rex
In the
Lapis
loom?
declared that Guizhong's obscuro vulpus mechanism was superior.
No, go back. Look at her.
Declared that
Hi, Jolie.
Guizhong's obscuro vulpus mechanism was superior.
Oh my god! She's adorable! The god of dust, and her hair is like a dusty color. She's so pretty! Oh my god, first reveal of Xian Yun? No way! And then, because she was released as a character, I believe, during my first Lantern Rite. I know Gaming came out, so I think she also was released at that time. So this must be at least a year before that, if not 2. But this is, I think, the third Lantern Rite I've watched, and there's only been 4? How many have there been? So this was either 1 or 2 years before Xian Yun came out as a character. So like they had his design way before then. Oh my god, I can only imagine how exciting this must have been to see for players at the time.
Too proud to acknowledge it. In one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts.
It's a really interesting
As
hairpin.
for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell.
The bell!
In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute
Whoa.
for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional and...
It was her, wasn't it? It was Madame Ping! Because she's about to say that, you know, so Guizhong apparently did dabble in music by making musical mechanisms, but Madame Ping, Streetward Rambler, thought that, you know, music is an expression of the soul. It can't be replicated by machinery. Oh my god, that's literally the word she's about to use. But look, she's water patterned. She's a slight aqua, and she's got scales in her clothes. She's totally water themed. It was her. We found her already.
Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the
Oh,
soul,
she's gorgeous.
an emotional enterprise that could
She's got
never
the same
hope
hair.
to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked
Oh my
Rex Lapis
God.
to intercede.
Guizhong's
He
pout.
confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use.
Oh, but Madame Ping had it.
One would often
They had this argument for so long, but Madame Ping was carrying it when we went to go fetch it for the rite of
find them
departure.
convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world.
Oh wow. Oh no.
These good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains.
Oh, look at the people around.
Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy and fell in battle.
Oh, this must be her moment of death, because remember when Havria turned to salt? Was she turned to rock by an enemy attack, or is this her turning to
When
dust?
Streetwood Rambler
Crystal?
and I arrived at the scene at long last.
Whoa. Whoa. What is going on here? Somebody's... Okay. Adepti? Are these the Yakshas? Oh my god, they're the Look, that's Xiao! And that's, Oh, I forget his name. Bosacious? Because from the chasm? And then there's the fire-looking lady. So this must be the enemy that struck Guizhong down, and they're sealing it away. I want to see what it looks like.
Battle, When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last,
Oh my god.
all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body.
Oh no.
After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping.
Oh.
To honor our friend's memory,
Oh, the Great Young
one
Ballista.
made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device.
Wow.
Many lantern rites have passed since then.
Oh, that's
Many
gorgeous.
Greetings and goodbyes.
The music in the air.
Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything.
And that's her voice. Streetwood Rambler's voice.
We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
Oh my god.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
Seems like she was really beloved.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetwood Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetwood Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetwood Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
More like they just know each other so well.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetwood Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetwood Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetwood Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither.
Oh man.
The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to our satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once.
You think we'll get her to do it again?
Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetwood Rambler.
I don't think she'll play it again. It seems too serious.
If she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it.
Because it was to see Guizhong off?
In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Tuned to my soul? We're practically soulmates, oh my god.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Oh, wow, even she knew her.
Was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been.
That floating place where you can read things?
Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories, too, would have been lost to the sands of time.
I love that her stories even reached Fontaine.
You know the truth.
Generations
that the
upon
Adeptus
generations
who rescued
ago.
the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Well, in a way, her story... So it was Streetward Rambler's legend who technically that reached Fontaine. But because she'd written that song, and she wrote that song because of Guizhong, oh my god, I wasn't expecting this to turn this way! In the midst of this fairly lighthearted lantern rite. Oh my goodness. Wow. This whole time I've been wanting Guizhong horn. Well, I sure got what I asked for, didn't I? Oh jeez.
Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
It would have been thousands of years ago and it's still such a heavy wound.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
We should check in with how Madame Ping feels, you mean?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way, so I too am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an Adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder.
And Ganyu was worried about where she would fit in with the Adepti. It seems like you're taking the role of maybe a youngster or a relatively younger Adeptus with a new perspective on life that can bring in new wisdom and clarity? Huh?
No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
Ganyu was right.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's Lantern Rite.
Oh, true, we did.
When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
It'd be amazing if she performed something.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Probably not that song that she played that day, though, you know?
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every lantern rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could meet any day of the year.
Well, we'll get you there one day, Cloud
I
Retainer.
disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
If nothing else, do it for Ganyu.
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite delectable. Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right.
Bye, Cloud
We should be
Retainer.
getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Wow.
Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains.
And this is where we came. Is this where we came to find that single glaze lily for the rite of parting for Rex Lapis? Oof. Used to be a field of glaze lilies.
If we planted flowers there
Oh.
and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
I sure hope so. Oh.
One's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
She came back!
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One
That
observed
is so
that you
funny.
were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
We're just a little slower than you are. We don't have wings. Oh, she came!
Madam Ping and Cloud Retainer?
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Is it us who made haste, or did she just fly slowly?
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
She probably already suspects what this is about. Just based on that.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers in the air. Ganyu, please continue from here.
You've said nothing!
Huh? Alright. So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life.
Ganyu recounts the story to Madam Ping. Does it ring a bell?
Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Ah, let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief. It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
What about this time?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
And she brought her up herself.
Albeit reluctantly, one might add.
Oh, there is no harm done. After all, Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, She was as much a hero as any other.
That pause got to me, man.
So,
Whew.
how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them, and a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with words.
Sounds amazing.
That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
You're getting competitive again.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
Did she break it? Did she lose it?
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madame Ping looks very emotional right now.
Well, she's been through a lot in her time.
Of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh, yeah! Music!
And did you just remember?
What was the melody that you played back then? Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all,
There it is.
why don't you join the concert as a performer?
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh, as much as I don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm,
I get the feeling she hasn't
it's
played
been a
since
long
then.
time since I played this zither. My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody. There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days. No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Well, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on. But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the Lantern Rite stage to the youth of today.
What an interesting lantern rite this is.
Sure.
Granny!
Hi, Yanfei.
Whoa, what's everyone doing here?
Also, I really want to
Did
see the
something
potted
bad
plant.
happen?
Let me see it.
And now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad. Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite, everyone.
Happy Lantern Rite. It's nice to see
Lantern
you.
Rite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some work to do at Yuehai Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yanfei.
Oh?
I haven't been able to find a chance until now.
What's she covering up for?
I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
What's this about?
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
Yeah, seriously, she was clearly lying, but what was that
Nothing
about?
of one's ability to carry a conversation.
The flat look.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Oh, she's just trying to escape. Funny.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When
Have
you
a nice
next see
chat.
the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
I guess we'll let him know that we found the Adeptus, but she doesn't want to speak with him. But she says hello?
Thank you all. I think you've listened to enough of my nattering for one day.
See how he
As
reacts
for
to
that
that.
melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
I would be honored.
Wow, that'd be great! We'll look forward to it.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, perhaps she will look at the Larua of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, just a quick break. Oh, we're really close to the end, but that was very heavy, but also what a gorgeous cutscene. I will definitely be watching that again. But also it was very bittersweet overall because this is well and truly long since past. The presence, the life, and the death of Guizhong. So they've had a lot of time to process and wallow in their emotions and, express them and bury them and avoid them and confront them and just move on with the rest of life as well. So it's really interesting to see Genshin's take on not only, how do you handle grief like this in general, which is sort of the undercurring story here, but also how would an immortal being who experiences so much more handle this sort of grief, and of course Cloud Retainer and Streetward Rambler, being two very different people, handled it in different ways. But I'm just glad that Streetward Rambler, who seems to have taken it harder initially, because they were so close, has been able to find new purpose in her life and in her heart. It seems like, she's a teacher now. She takes care of her students. We know at least there's Yaya, and then there's one other, Yaya Senior. I'm really trying to recall if I remember who that is, but I'm thinking, I know, so Ganyu and Shinhe for Cloud Retainer, and then Yao Yao. It's not Yunjin, because I know Yunjin uses a spear, but she's trained through the troop, so. In any case, I'm really glad that she's doing better, but it is amazing how, even now, all these thousands of years later, she can still feel such grief. It's very true to life. There's this metaphor that I'm thinking of now that I think is a good one, where you can think of grief as a ball bouncing around in a box with a button. And when it starts off, the box is very small, and so the ball keeps hitting the walls and hits the button a lot. And then over time, the box grows bigger. And the ball is still in there bouncing around, and it might still hit that button, and you'll still feel that same grief. It just doesn't happen as often. And two, of course, it's not a perfect metaphor, but I think it's a great, sort of visualization of what it's like to slowly, not exactly move on, but slowly grow to live with grief. And as your box expands, I guess you can find more room to encompass other things in your life as well. New friends, new family, new dreams and purpose. So, I don't know. I guess this lantern rite has meant a lot to me. It's beautiful. Oh, and Kuching. Hi.
And Kuching's here too! Thanks for helping set all of this up.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
Are you serious?
You recount the true story of the fairy lady to Kuching and Dvorak.
I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her late friend? That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and poignant tune.
Look at all the musicians on the posters.
Huh. That's a really interesting first reaction. Guess that comes with having a musical mind.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally, Adepti don't age at all. But Streetward Rambler, or Madam Ping as we know her,
Don't reveal her true identity.
only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
Madam
Ooh,
Ping
I wonder
possesses
how much it
vast
reflects
knowledge and
her
great wisdom.
emotional
Whatever
state and
physical
feeling.
form she may decide to take, her mind and wits are as sharp as they come.
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
I think... yes. I must thank her in person.
I think she's in a teapot right now. You might have to
That
wait.
can wait until after the concert, though.
Right.
For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
I bet it's nice to have that mystery solved before the performance, though.
Ping wishes you all the best with the music festival. Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot, but listen to the performances from afar.
Wait, are you serious?
He's gonna do his best now.
Oh no, now I'm starting to get nervous.
Relax. Just treat it like any other performance.
All right. Nope, another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Good luck. Don't hurt your fingers.
He's already gone. Paimon wasn't even finished telling him everything. Before we set off on our search with Ganyu, he asked us about what music means to people. After our recent adventure, Paimon thinks we have a lot more to say about that now.
True.
Please, share your insights with me.
A very music-themed lantern rite, isn't it?
Well,
Very philosophical.
that music can be used for good, but also for bad. It can make people happy and moved, but it can also be sad and bittersweet.
Or terrifying.
And music is like a kind of memory written in people's hearts. It can put you in touch with feelings from a totally different time and place.
Pretty much. Though there was more to it than that.
It sounds like you had an eventful trip.
Hard to
Don't
recap
worry,
everything,
I'm
though.
sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details shortly.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna carry on working?
Mm-hmm. Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done. As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile.
Happy lantern rite.
Happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
I hope you get to experience it this year as well. Remember last year? Do you remember everything you learned last year? Kuching!
Right?
Oh dear.
Oh, no, wait. Paimon feels like she's forgetting something.
Du Tao, Zhongli, Bamboo Shoots, Wang
Feels like
Sheng,
it was a while ago.
Bamboo Shoots.
Shoot! Wait, no. Anyway, fancy bamboo shoots.
Soup time.
Zhongli said he wasn't in a hurry, so if we went now, there's probably still time, right?
It's probably been several days.
Anyway, even if we don't make it, it's not our fault. He could have totally picked them by himself.
He's right behind you, isn't he?
Anyway,
Nope. Okay.
Let's go check with him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
We don't even have the bamboo shoots. We should at least go get them first. Oh, hello. Enjoying the music, you tell.
Oh,
Are you scatting?
all right. Let's take a break here.
They are rehearsing. Are you guys going to perform in the thing?
Look who it is!
Oh my god, a group
Are you here
act?
to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral director?
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your
Is that what that was?
in broad
Wow.
After everything we've been through, you don't see me for a hot minute, and you're back to being scared of your own shadow. We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on.
Oh, hello.
It's the perfect spot to rehearse.
Invisible audience members?
Look at her face.
Gotta
Don't
say,
worry, Paimon.
it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here. Just like when she sees a frog, but a giant frog with sharp teeth.
Was this their first year meeting then? Also, does that mean she's afraid of frogs?
What's wrong?
Adorable.
I've never seen someone look so confused before. Well, don't worry, because Director Who's here to explain it all.
Oh, please.
There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescence tour, looking for acts to audition.
Please don't tell me those are your
With
lyrics.
my words, Xinyan's
Oh,
chords,
no.
and Yunjin as our mentor, we'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
Good luck. Oh dear. I'm getting an ominous feeling.
Now Paimon's rhyming along. But when you say flames roaring, are you sure this will be
Pyrotechnics.
safe?
They've got 2 pyro users and a shielder amongst them. It'll be
I'm pretty
fine.
experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the Yuhong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
They even have permission.
Have to trust Xinyan on this one.
Have you seen Zhongli?
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. Said he wanted to pay a visit to some old friends.
It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this. As well as being a true connoisseur of traditional art forms, he's able to appreciate Xinyan's performances too.
Yeah, that's right.
Very high praise.
Matter of fact, he was the one who first invited me to perform here. To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find myself rehearsing here one day.
That's neat.
Well, now you know. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome to come and hang out here, especially if you're in the mood to try something new.
Aw, Hu Tao wants more
Hu
friends.
Tao is always full of fun surprises.
Well, she has a good one in her corner as well.
Actually, Xinyan, I
That's
have
probably
some
fair.
lyric ideas for your part. Do you want to go through them together?
Oh, sure thing. I'm all ears.
What a fun little group.
Traveler in Paimon, I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the right hill.
Mount Hulao again.
Zhongli,
That's
please
where
pass
Cloud
on this
Retainer
message
went.
to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the
Mount Hulao is very much in Dwayun Karst, isn't it? Isn't that like clearly Adeptus territory? There's no way Hu Tao doesn't at least suspect that he's an
upcoming banquet
Adeptus at
we're
this
planning.
point, right?
No excuses. You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned from being a funeral director, it's how to throw a party.
I mean, he's definitely the most suspiciously Adeptus-like person in Illuminated Deer, Illuminated Bird. No, in Larua Harbor. I don't think she knows that he is Rex Lapis. I'm trying to recall from the lantern, right? From the Archon quest, but she actually doesn't show up in the Archon quest at all, does she? Yeah, but my guess is she at least suspects that he's an Adeptus. Based on that interaction alone, if nothing else.
A familiar face. Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is the city nowadays?
Are you guys having a feast? That's why everybody was bringing over food.
But you know, if you're so curious, you can always go and check it out for yourself.
In fact, Mooncarver has
Hey.
been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Hi, Zhongli.
Here you are. We've brought the bamboo shoots you wanted.
Oh, good, we got them.
Impeccable timing.
Oh, good, we weren't too late. Zhongli puts the nascent bamboo shoots into the cooking mechanism next to him.
Traditionally, bamboo
Nothing
shoot
happens.
soup ought to be slow cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Wait, that mechanism. Is that?
Cloud Retainer's
Indeed.
boiler.
Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Oh
Can
my.
we not just call it a cookie machine? Actually, never mind. She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably best if Paimon doesn't go changing the name willy-nilly.
A wise
I trust
observation.
that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent journey.
We did.
Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more from the world around us. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some for yourself.
Of course. Thank you for offering.
Hutao told us to tell you something. She said, it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses. When she says performance, she must mean the Lantern Rite Music Festival. As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that, but she invited us to come as well.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance. As for the banquet, since the director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
How much time is left in this event? For the festival and a banquet?
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Whoa.
Thank you. I will examine it right away.
Cool to hear his voice in full Adepti mode again.
The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. The craftsmanship of this machine is commendable indeed. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup. It tastes most exquisite while still warm.
Thank you kindly. Here we go. There's the cutscene. Always a Lantern Rite cutscene. Hey, look, there's us.
Honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan. This is Hutao, and this is a little something called.
Oh, you're not performing with them?
The Flame Lilies.
Oh. Oh, hi, Xinling. Oh, Chongyun. Xingqiu walking.
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below.
Oh my god, you guys do an actual song.
Don't meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go. Hey, you butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the
Oh,
afterlife.
wait.
Opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit
okay.
my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned.
I was enjoying.
Does anyone have any plans?
I was enjoying Xinyan's playing. It was a really clean song. It was cool to hear her voice. It did sound a little strange. I think just the mixing is mixed like it's dialogue in the game rather than like it was lyrics in a music video. So it just sounded a little strange balance-wise. But I kind of feel like Hu Tao's verse might have been a little bit off beat. But you know what? I'm going to blame that. I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's a translation issue. She did her best, I'm sure. I'm just glad they had fun.
Tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Aeon's busy again. Also, that's so cool. Wait, that guy. That must be from her intelligence company or something. I've never seen an NPC with that outfit before, I don't think. Aw, the lanterns. Oh, he's hard at work. That was smooth. Was that one hit? Buddy. Oh, yay. He gets to see the fireworks. We'll get him to the festival sometime. We know we will. Oh. I do love the lanterns. It's beautiful. I wonder it's a little tease of what the music in Fontaine will look like or sound like. There we go. There's our Liyue music. So
May
glowy.
the year ahead be a blessed one.
I love it.
I believe it shall be.
That was a little ominous, just a little. Oh, yay! I'm glad neither of them are
The
alone.
Xiao lanterns,
Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao lantern the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
She barely was even able to finish her question. And Cloud Retainer was on it. I love how Mr. Dvorak clearly has no orchestra. The zither!
Listen, that must be Madame Ping.
Oh. Oh. Extra instrumentation in the theme, I love it. There's those jump scares. Well, I think that's the end. Yeah. A single harmony for an irreplaceable soul. Oh my goodness. That was beautiful. That cutscene, oh my god, where was that? We were in, yeah, here, talking to Cloud Retainer. So it must be around here somewhere. I want to rewatch that because, oh my goodness. That was incredible. I finally get to know more about Guizhong. I was wondering where that information would be. That was beautiful. And to hear Madame Ping join in at the very end, I'm so glad. Oh, that was amazing. That end cutscene, that really makes me want to see lanterns in real life. Oh man. Can you imagine? Stars ascending into the sky practically. Oh, that would be so cool. That cutscene though. Okay, so Guizhong, we learned so much about her. I'm so happy because before basically all I had known was that she and Zhongli had founded the Guili Plains together, and that's why it was called that, I think. I don't know if they explicitly said that in the game, but you can kind of see the connection between Guizhong and Zhongli and Guili. Okay. So they founded that place together and it was very prosperous, and it was very notable because gods didn't typically get along very well. But I believe it was a world quest. We spoke to somebody in the plains of Guili, and she said, like, they were known to be very good friends or something. And so I remember hearing all that, and then, like, nothing else for absolute ages. And so she's been kind of a big question mark for me, but I've been wondering about her. I was wondering what she looks like for the longest time, because you know how it seems like so far every Archon that we've met has had a twin-like figure. For A, it was a literal twin. For Venti, it was his friend, the Bard. And for, why am I saying Rugadvata? I'm getting my names mixed up. For Nahida, it was Rugadvata, who was kind of like, you know, her predecessor / alternate version of her, so on and so forth. What's up with Zhongli? He doesn't have one of those. So I was wondering for a while if maybe Guizhong looked very similar to him. And of course, I just had general questions about her as well. And we got to see her, and she looked amazing. And it seems like she was really the light and soul that brought everyone together. She hosted these dinners, I think Cloud Retainer mentioned, and even if she didn't host them, it was kind of implied that she was the reason that everyone got along and had a wonderful time during them. So she was like the nexus that drew all these adepti together. And then I guess she died suddenly during the Archon. Like, that's brutal. Man. I definitely want to watch this again, but I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. She's the goddess of dust. She was a mechanical genius. That's so cool. Makes sense because of the Guizhong Ballista. Wow. every time it's like I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of the history and who all the important figures are and sort of the traditions and the reason behind the traditions and the things that people have gone through. And then every lantern rite, I learned something completely new. It's like, oh my god. And I can't even say I have so much to catch up on because they keep doing it for the new lantern rites too. Like this year we learned about Chenyu Vale and the entire like lineage of magic users there that study different magic systems. Because Lan Yan, her family studies a certain type of divination, right? I believe it was. And which was fascinating because, you know, that's magic outside of the elemental systems, so on and so forth. Anyways, wow. Really lovely, incredible. I loved it. That's a great lantern, right? If I do say so myself, at least in my opinion. I really enjoy these sort of, like, I love the dig into Larua history as we've just discussed, but I love how they connected it so thoroughly to modern day people. And I also, like, for me, it's really fun, what a shot, to be able to guess at how exciting an event like this must,
They argued endless.
Gorgeous. I love this art style. But yeah, it's really fun for me to guess at how exciting this must have been for all of you who originally played it when it first came out, because you get to see the designs of these people firsthand. And then when Xian Yun was announced as a character and everyone saw her design, that must have been so exciting. Anyway, speaking of Lan Yan, look at these swallows on the right. And the little chemistry-like symbols behind Guizhong. Very interesting. Anyways.
Until one asks Rex.
I love all of this. I love everything about it. That's going to be all for today. Thank you so much, as always, to Potato Jar for uploading these videos. So helpful, saving my life. Wow. That, like, oh man, it got a little rough in the middle there, in a good way. In a good way, in a very well-written way. But it always leaves me with a sense of wholesomeness and heartwarmingness. Oh my god, if that's even a word. It is now. Huzzah. That will be all for today. And we're back. Hello again, everybody. It is Laura, kind of from the future, I guess. Fun fact, I discovered after I had already uploaded and edited this entire video that I actually missed 40 minutes of it. And we are immediately going to watch this and add this onto that video because look at this thumbnail. Oh my god. I'm guessing this is the banquet that Hu Tao mentioned. Look at this. I have to watch this. So, sorry for the kind of false ending there. You've heard of a false start. Here's a false ending. But we're going to add this because I definitely don't want to miss this. Let's jump right into it.
Oh, so that's how it is.
Oh.
Thanks for the suggestions, Mr. Zhongli.
Xingqiu, Chongyun, Xianling, and Mr. Zhongli.
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too.
Aww. I was about to say, I wonder what inspired... Oh, that's a cute shot. I wonder what inspired Hu Tao to invite all these people, but I guess you've got Zhongli, her employee, and then Xingqiu, Xianling, Chongyun, her friends. Wait, that's so cute.
Acquaintance.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in
Where's
the
Hu
company
Tao,
of
though?
such talented young people. There are many things I could learn from you.
Oh, he's so
you
nice.
Flatter us. If it's possible, may I trouble you to provide a few words of guidance for my practices in exorcism?
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by discussing...
Wow, and he's so ready to just help any kid who walks up to him. Ooh, well, I guess also it's Chongyun, Hu Tao's friend, but still. And there's us!
Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends.
Hi, Paimon.
Happy Lantern Rite, everyone!
Happy Lantern Rite.
Likewise. Please take a seat.
So there's two of us and then Hu Tao. How many more seats are there? 3? 4?
Happy
4.
Lantern Rite! Are you having fun?
Missing one more person? I'm learning a lot.
Me too. I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like this.
Oh, right, that performance.
And she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations lately. She's more busy than ever, and Yoonjin's gonna help her.
I'm glad the audience
And they
enjoyed.
asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone. They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
Oh, so they weren't able to make it. They were invited too, but they weren't able to make it?
However,
Wow.
It gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration, which in turn gave us a bit of a headache.
Is her food spicier than ever?
Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
That, my friend, is beside the point. Watching you eat was enough for me.
Dodging the question. Or dodging the taste, is he?
I shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
Oh, I see.
Xiangling came up with a new recipe? Let Paimon try!
And of course, Paimon is always an eager
Someone here
taster.
knows how to encourage people. Thanks, Paimon. Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli, too. He gave me lots of useful pointers that really drove it home for me. Oh, so
A man who knows everything about everything, isn't he?
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation naturally revolved around cooking.
Makes sense.
Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and spices are comparable to a melody dancing on the tongue. My suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Wow, so encouraging.
Deliver. Now I'm getting embarrassed. Anyway,
Where's Guoba?
I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the recipe based on Mr. Zhongli's advice.
He should get some food too.
That sounds like it might become a little safer to eat.
How about I sample the dishes next time?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels
Wow,
like we're
making
missing
things
someone.
even. Yeah, Hu Tao.
Hu Tao was the one who invited us, but she's not here. And where's Guoba?
Oh, we're asking after Guoba, yay!
Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant.
Aw.
You know, lots of people come over to eat
That's
during
really
Lantern
nice.
Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably wouldn't have had the time to accept Hu Tao's invitation. As for Hu Tao...
Yeah, where
the
is she?
director went to collect a guest.
Ah.
She asked me to stay here and host you for the time being.
Who do you think it'll be? The
Seems
not
like
the
it's
musician from Fontaine.
Huh? Hu Tao went to fetch someone in person? Oh, that must mean they are super important.
Or they don't know the way here.
Kuching? Ningguang? Or Captain Beto?
It's not gonna be Yun Jin or Shen Yan.
And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the details, could I?
I hope it's not a client that she's trying to get. Oh dear. Suddenly the door to the restaurant bursts open as though by a hurricane. Hi Hu Tao, who'd you bring?
We're not late to the party, right? Right?
She's excited.
Thing the conqueror of demons and I are both as swift as
Ahem.
wind. And whoosh, we made it just in
How
time.
did you meet him? Wait a second. I'm trying to remember how she knows him. I tried to pause and I was unsuccessful. There we go. How did she know him? Did they meet in a previous Lantern Rite? Perhaps? Hi. Was this before or after the chasm? Was this before or after the chasm quest? I suddenly need to know. Is this the first time that Xiao is seeing Zhongli since the Rite of whatever it's called? Rite of Dissension. Or so on, the Archon quest.
So the important guest is the conqueror of demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished individuals, but also the protector of Leo's peace, Adeptus Alatus.
Oh, it's really bothering me how Hu Tao knows him. I feel like I should know this. Oh, goodness me. Anyways, that is hilarious.
To convene here with all of
It's
you
nice
is
to meet you, he
indeed
says.
a great honor.
A few days ago at Wangshu Inn. Oh, here we go. Backstory. Is this how they met?
It's almost Lantern Rite. Yet you took all the trouble coming here.
Oh, he went to visit him.
The director has a way of making it difficult to decline.
Did she send him to invite Xiao?
May I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in
Whoa.
preparation for the celebrations.
Okay. And you couldn't do that in a city?
Come all the way to Wangshu Inn.
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Yen Xiao and received some spices from him. And, see? Here's some matsutake and a portion of ham.
And
What
sesame
about the
oil?
sesame oil?
Yeah.
It's a shame. I couldn't find the kind the director was looking for.
And knowing Zhongli, he would be very
sure you're
particular about what ingredients he buys.
Sir,
Ooh.
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let our guests take a seat.
Almost called him by his name. I wonder what he almost said in the original language in Chinese.
Probably heard about one another to
Be
some
very
extent.
surprised if he actually called him
Some of us are
Zhongli.
even old acquaintances, so there's no need to be this formal. I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler are pretty close, no?
We're old friends.
Great. You two sit together.
Is this the lantern right where he saved us from
should
fake
take a
drowning?
seat too, Director.
I think so.
Oh, finally remembered me.
I hope he's not still too
When we
upset with
arrived
us.
just now, the host at Shinue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food.
We still have an empty seat because right, Paimon doesn't sit down. The delicious looking food arrives and a pleasant scent fills the air. You all talk quietly.
The person who Tao went to fetch was Xiao.
I would think there'd be 2 empty seats for Yunjin and Xinyan.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon being friends with the Conqueror of Demons.
Maybe we'll have a party
You
crasher.
know Xiao Chu?
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. I've always looked up to him.
Wow, he's very
You might not know
brave
this,
to
Paimon,
admit
but
that straight
the
out.
Exorcists
Right
have
to his
worked in
face.
close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations, dispelling evil together, both in the open and from the shadows.
Oh, cool.
Hard to imagine that thanks to Hu Tao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him. Conqueror of Demons, I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
Oh, cool.
Likewise.
Oh, nice.
It is a great
That's a
honor
smile
indeed
from
to have a chance to
Xiao.
meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. Changyun has brought that name up quite a few times in the past. I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of exorcists.
Oh, dear.
Ahem.
We know each other too.
Oh, yes?
He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off.
Oh, right.
I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again. Happy Lantern Rite.
I love how friendly
No
everyone is being
anecdote,
to
however,
him.
compares to meeting you in person. I'm Xingqiu, Shangli and Changyun's friend. The pleasure is all mine.
And not Hu Tao's.
Whoa. Everyone's getting all formal and polite all of a sudden. Paimon doesn't know what she should say anymore.
Past the Matsutake meat rolls.
Adeptus Xiao, mighty conqueror of demons. Paimon's greetings too. Belated Happy Lantern Rite.
Belated isn't the right word to use here.
Look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh on Paimon.
There's no need to be so polite.
Oh?
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends after all. Too much formality kills the atmosphere.
Was it a laugh or was that a sound of annoyance?
For everyone to walk on eggshells. Hiya.
What's your true intention then?
Oh yeah, did you bring us here for business?
A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns float into the sky, bidding farewell to the past and embracing the present with joy. And that
that's
is
sweet.
something our consultant would say. I think it deserves a standing ovation.
A standing ovation when you're the one who said it?
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
She's a
For
fun
me,
soul.
I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something good. We
Aw.
all worked really hard this year, whether traveling or guiding, cooking, helping with the family business, exorcising evil spirits, or conquering demons. And of course, our consultant, who's been helping out at the parlor every now and then. Everyone has done some pretty amazing things.
Wow,
As the
she's
one
showing
who
her
brought everyone
appreciation.
Together, it goes without saying that I'm the one most deserving of praise.
Sounds kind of self-important, but Paimon thinks it's pretty amazing that she managed to talk Xiao into coming. He rarely ever enters Liyue Harbor after all.
I'm curious about how she did
Wasn't
it.
as complicated as you think.
Oh, more backstory!
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's just boss.
It's not boss lady, just boss.
Exactly.
And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of demons, Adeptus Xiao. Guardian of Wangshu Inn, hero of Dihua Marsh.
Hu Tao definitely has a way of making sure that she's heard.
You're there.
She won't leave him alone till he appears. Yep. Ah.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I wonder if he knows who she
I
is.
know you.
Aha.
You're the 77th director of Wangsheng Funeral
We are on the same wavelength today, Xiao.
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's antics.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering him?
I believe it.
There might be other reasons.
But also I believe that he knows that she's technically the boss of his once boss at the moment.
There's more to it? It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the guardian yakshas. You know,
Ooh.
just to be sociable.
Oh dear.
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. Humans couldn't escape from the torment of the plague, nor could they escape death. The Adepti vanquished the demons, the Millelith fought valiantly, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirits of the dead. That is how the border between life and death was maintained during the war. And it effectively prevented further incidents from happening.
That's right. 1 point for the consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him.
Was he worried about his
You know
karma?
him pretty well, huh?
Indeed.
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today is in one way or another acquainted with elemental power.
In her own way, she's an
Besides,
excellent host.
It'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't be any lasting consequences.
But I didn't expect there to be so many people.
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. We're not feeling anything unusual so far. Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy, so he's probably the most resilient.
That's not the same.
I would argue that maybe myself,
Did you just
Paimon,
toss
or
your carrots
Zhongli.
into my bowl? Hey, don't look away.
Huh? What?
I see how it
Fighting with
happens.
Chongyun. I saw that too.
How he managed to.
You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd seen that, he'd definitely make you eat all your carrots.
That's adorable.
Guoba would do that? Is he that uncompromising? But now that I think of it, Xianglin told me that Guoba used to be the stove god.
Of course she told her friends.
It sounds like you've heard the rumors.
The rumors. You would know.
I'm
You seem
doing
pretty
fine.
quiet today. Is everything okay?
Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, I met an old friend.
Oh.
Thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before.
Wait. Okay. It's been a couple days, like a week or two, I don't even know, since I actually recorded the rest of Lantern Rite. A couple days ago, before Lantern Rite, I ran into an old friend. What was this Lantern Rite? This is Exquisite Night Chimes. Oh my gosh. This is the one about Guizhong and Streetward Rambler. Huh. An old friend? That's good to hear. Give everything you don't eat to Paimon. An old friend?
You should know him. He's...
Is that wind?
Seeds of story.
Oh, right. Here we go.
And cultivated by time. Did Paimon just unconsciously complete that saying?
Has it been drilled into your mind, Paimon?
Could it be?
It must be. Xiao's old friend. Oh, I see. Cool. He's got an anima vision. Love
I'm
that.
not mistaken. There's someone knocking at the door.
Is this a guest you invited, Hu
Sit there,
Tao?
Zhongli. Go welcome our guest in. No such need. I'm coming in.
Oh, I can't wait to see her. This will be fun, right? The door to the restaurant gets blown open by a gust of wind again.
You finally let me in.
And of course I had the thumbnail letting me know.
No matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter. Old friends and new. Happy Lantern Rite.
It's Fenty! Yeah, so I had the thumbnail kind of giving me a warning, but can you imagine if you're playing this Lantern Rite and Venti just pops up out of nowhere? I think I remember wondering earlier if maybe he would be one of the invited musicians for the musical part of Lantern Rite. But obviously he didn't pop up, and so I thought that was over and done with. But here he is! Do you suppose he's in town for the musical tour?
Oh, it's the Tone Deaf Bard.
I can't decide if she sounds excited or not.
Oh, he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes.
It looks like we're gonna be friends.
So you didn't invite him?
Fate has brought us together, so come on, take a seat and be my guest. Help yourself. Oh, I'll ask them for another set of cutlery.
And Xiao seemed surprised to see
Young
him.
lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. She no doubt is the one with the most authority here. Whoa!
She is the
these
host, I
dishes
guess.
Look amazing. Is it really okay for me to join in? All right, I'm digging in.
Venti has absolutely no social anxiety, does he?
Oh, isn't this Genu?
Oh, from Iridori Festival. They know each other. Oh no, he's going to give Xingqiu's pen name away.
Now that I've taken a closer look, you're a fan of Genu's works, aren't you?
Smooth.
Xingqiu at a
Nice
light novel
recovery.
convention. Ah, how I wish we'd met sooner.
Right at Iridori. That's cool.
Expected that there'd be another person in this world who could interpret Genu's new novel as thoroughly as I could.
Oh, are you a fan?
Venti, you're being too humble. Considering your poetic talent, your fundamentals are way more impressive.
Could this new
No, I'm sorry. I was just about to say you haven't eaten. Wait, where even was I?
Considering your
Here we
poetic
go.
talent, your fundamentals are way more impressive.
Xingqiu mentioning Venti's name made me realize he hasn't even introduced himself yet, technically. So half this room has no idea who he is. But then.
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
He's my old pal too. Looks like Xiao knows him too.
Xiao, you remember me too, right? We had a chat not long ago.
Okay, so this was the old friend.
Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern Rite. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago when I happened to run into this.
You've already forgotten? I'm a bard, remember? And bards go around singing wherever they like.
Do you think the Larua crew now thoroughly suspects that Venti is like the weirdest Adeptus they've ever seen?
Oh, right. And this bard was performing in Dihua Marsh. It was a moving melody, and it made me feel relaxed and at ease. I couldn't help but stay and listen.
Aw.
Thank you for your patronage.
So that's how it was. I see.
I understand now too. I'm Zhong
What do you
Li,
understand?
currently working at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. It's a pleasure to meet you, new friend.
They definitely know each other, right? They have to have met before. Have they met before? I assume they've met before. Because it seemed like the Archons knew each other at least a little bit over the course of the centuries they've met. And I remember Venti, did he speak about him when he sent us off after Mondstadt and sent us to the Rite of Dissension? Ah, I don't even remember what he said. But they have to know each other, right?
And I'm his boss. Oh, and if there's anything unsatisfactory, let me know anytime.
That's very considerate of you.
Oh? No wonder. Only a boss as savvy and reliable as you would be able to hire such an impressive consultant.
Oh, he definitely knows who he is.
Oh, you're too nice, Venti. Not to
Even
brag,
even
but
if
our
they've never met like this
truly
before.
is impressive. His knowledge extends across the stars and the land, and there's nothing throughout history that he doesn't know. From the sophisticated way he speaks,
Wow,
it's hard
high
not
praise.
to suspect that he could very well be an Adeptus in disguise.
Xiao looks away.
Xiao, you're an Adeptus.
Oh no!
Do you think it might be possible?
She went over to him. She actually asked.
I'm only good at conquering demons. I'm afraid I don't have much knowledge in that matter.
Oh my god.
Really?
Paimon, don't. Paimon, don't give him away.
Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable.
Paimon, play along.
Huh? Oh, right!
Oh my god.
Xiao's a warrior. He doesn't come to the city very often, so it's, pretty normal for him to not know anything. Yeah.
That's probably one of the worst lies I've ever heard. Also, the fact that our defense here relies on the fact of, oh, Xiao doesn't know anything. Oh my god, no.
Really? I've actually heard a few things about Mr. Zhongli before.
Oh my god, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead...
Have you ever seen that expression on Jolling's face before? Oh my god.
The tavern talked about this refined and courteous...
Have you ever seen that expression on Jolling's face before? Oh my god.
This man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest tavern, ordered a cup
so he
of
visited.
hot tea with the most complex name.
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed is a musician like yourself in Mondstadt.
Oh, they totally knew of each other.
Amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's no overstatement to regard him as the best bard in Mondstadt.
Wow. High praise.
Now you're making me embarrassed. I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little run-of-the-mill sometimes. There's one I heard a while back that went, "The old house is renewed, welcoming the spring breeze, awakening old memories."
That's nice.
The meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct lack of literary flair.
I think so too. The composition needs a little jazzing up.
Now we're getting into Mondstadt poetry tradition? Wow.
If I were to give it a go, I'd make it...
Oh, Putao's good at poetry.
A new flower that grows fine.
Oh my. Was that a challenge?
Unique and has a nice ring to it.
You have great taste, Venti. I was right about you. Let's shake hands.
What on earth? Is she like...
Of course.
I can't tell if she like suspects his true identity and wants to sense if he's immortal through her, I don't know, affiliation with death through this handshake, or if she's just like messing with him, or if they're forming the most evil alliance we've seen yet so far in this game. I'm guessing it's the last.
Hey, Xingqiu.
Are you getting a weird feeling about this conversation?
Books when we get back. Pick out some well-written ones.
Oh, you want to learn a little bit now too?
If it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference between those two.
I don't think it's your fault.
The second one was
Xiangyan's
downright a
right.
challenge.
It's not our fault.
These people are just weird. Paimon, watch and learn from Hutown and Venti. This will come in handy for your ugly nicknames.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is the Tone Deaf Bard here? Are you here to take part in Lantern Rite too?
Yeah.
I heard that Larua will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician myself, how could I possibly resist the temptation to come take a look? Or listen.
Exactly.
Getting to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration, don't you think?
Huh, but the music festival wasn't planned beforehand.
Who hosted the festival? I saw him near Stone Gate the other day.
And you sent him that signal, didn't you?
Tour has finally been held successfully for once, so I had to congratulate him.
Thank you. He must feel very
Don't think
grateful.
anything of it. By the way, I was watching as you entered Xinyue kiosk, but no one seemed to notice me. Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignored the sound of movement?
Oh, they totally knew each other before this. Oh my god. Because, you know, they had their, like, now they have these human disguises that they've had for centuries. They've definitely met in these disguises before this. That was hilarious.
Someone deliberately ignored the sound of the wind.
The delivery.
Whenever Lantern Rite comes around, Larua Harbor becomes bustling with activity. People are all busy
ignored.
watching the lanterns and strolling around the shops, and they might just go travel somewhere on a whim. It is rather difficult to predict another's whereabouts. The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly, and we're all gathered here with friends, new and old. This is no doubt a wonderful occasion worth celebrating.
True.
To come together with all of you at the beginning of the year, one can't help but be filled with joy. In a moment like this, I propose we raise a glass together. In my case, tea in lieu of wine.
That's so sweet.
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. That was exactly what I wanted to say. Now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you too much trouble barging in like that, did I?
It's been interesting.
We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt, but since Mr. Zhongli insists on drinking tea, I'll give a toast with tea too.
Wow.
Everyone, thanks for the treat. You're welcome. As the host of this gathering, I hope everyone enjoys the food and drinks. May this year be better than the last. Considering that everyone may have other matters to attend to later, sticking to tea seems like a good idea.
What's wrong?
All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts. Should we?
Xiao,
What's with the urgency?
are you done eating? Want to head out for a walk?
Sure.
Or escaping?
Have you two finished eating? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air after a meal. Helps with digestion.
And Hu Tao's giving us an out? Wow.
I'll come too.
You're still hungry, right?
Yeah?
Don't worry, we'll be back soon.
Okay then. Don't forget to come back.
Oh, because we're Dendro, so she probably just had the whole separated from us at the Samsara thing.
Are you alright?
I should be the one asking you that.
It's hard to describe.
Unfamiliar with gatherings like these?
There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat.
Oh, like Guizhong.
Sometimes they would call up a few others for a drink. Even I got dragged along to their gatherings many times.
So he was there too.
The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say is straight from the heart. It never gets too complicated.
And this one's very complicated indeed, isn't it? I understand. It's all Venti's fault, Zhongli's fault.
That's not what I meant. Or perhaps I should say Rex Lapis is really good at adapting to human life. You could say that he actually enjoys doing so.
Good at adapting.
And that's something I might never be able to do.
You don't have to be like them. You do you.
That does sound like something you would say. No matter. I know my circumstances.
And?
Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you, it feels strangely novel.
Strange in a good way?
Yes.
Good.
The parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. I had made mental preparations before agreeing to come.
Good, good.
She told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental power, and I knew that you would be here. But I didn't expect the other guests to be...
No one would have
General
guessed.
Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. Perhaps that's what I should do with what I'm feeling now.
If you're comfortable with that.
But I think he meant designing clothes for those around him.
Oh, was this the Adeptus from the first lantern, right?
But inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste in front of him.
Is that why he's always
Rex
shirtless?
Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few.
Huh.
The outfit he wears now was also designed by General Capisis himself.
Oh wow,
I never
even
saw him
now.
wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Maybe he was saving it.
You are.
Oh hey, were we taking too
I'm
long?
not intruding, right?
You're not. What is it?
Hu Tao saw that everyone's done eating and asked the staff to bring out the desserts.
Oh, do you want to make sure we didn't miss any?
So anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching.
But not so anxious that she couldn't eat? Sounds like she'll be okay.
Worried too.
We were enjoying the
You
lanterns.
looked a little restless just now, and I thought you weren't used to the food here and was planning to head back to Wangshu Inn for something Yan Xiao made.
You're worrying too much.
Xiao, don't pull any...
Why would
What?
I?
Huh?
You're worrying too much.
Xiao, don't pull any lemon scatic wind cyclings on us? Is that the name of his skill or something?
Why would I? Anyway, let's head back.
I'm so glad he's actually having a nice evening.
Please wait.
It's new for him.
There's another reason why I
I
came
think he's enjoying it, in a way.
Here, take
Or he's
these.
starting to, at
I brought
least.
them for you.
Oh.
Almond tofu?
No way. Did you
Since
bring
the
him?
Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yan Xiao and I are not only competitors, but good friends as well.
Oh,
I visit
nice.
him at Wangshu Inn sometimes to discuss our cooking.
Oh, that's really neat.
I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu. So I learned a thing or two about the dish from him.
Wow.
I'll be honest, before Hu Tao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about the guests she planned to invite, and asked me for some suggestions on what she should order.
I'm feeling so many emotions, actually. Hu Tao is being an excellent host. Xianling is being so kind. I'm assuming that she did advise Hu Tao, but then she also planned to bring some almond tofu specifically for Xiao, just in case. And then earlier, when he was talking to us, he said that something about the simple conversations he's had with us have been surprisingly nice. I feel like for the first time in a very long time, he finally has someone that he's confiding in. Maybe he had people he could have confided in earlier, but he didn't. When we first met him, he was very closed off. But now he's starting to open up more, and we see that he grows more and more comfortable around people as the Lantern Rites go on. But just specifically the fact that he can just have a simple conversation and feel safe and content there. I'm so happy right now. Oh my god.
So I made a few servings of almond tofu for you guys in advance. Take them as a token of gratitude for your support.
Aww.
When I told Guoba that I was making these for you, he started eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Thank you, Xianling and
Thank you for the
Guoba.
trouble. There was no need to...
Him?
I'll take them. Thank you. And Guoba, too.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Oh, the almond
I'm so
tofu
proud.
probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Yanxiao cooks. Please let me know if there's any improvements I should make.
Now I really want to try it.
That's all.
Thank you,
We should
Xianling.
head back now. We can't keep Paimon waiting.
Oh, true. Chumley in the corner. So that outfit was designed by... Oh.
You're finally done whispering secrets to each other?
Hi, Paimon.
So much for promising Paimon you'll be back soon.
We were pretty quick. Wait a minute.
You'll be back soon.
We were pretty quick. You're only angry because you have no sense of time. Does she now?
How could you say that to Paimon?
I don't want to make fun of her after the
Having no
samsara.
sense of time, Paimon will let you know what having no sense of fullness looks like.
Oh.
Your dessert is all Paimon's.
Help
Sorry
yourself.
to keep everyone waiting.
We have almond tofu to spare. Secret almond tofu, even better.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no serious business to take care of. Whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Strive to be more like Hu Tao, Paimon.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this festive gathering deserves something ceremonious.
Oh?
Ceremonious.
Is this some local custom?
Nope.
Oh.
This is something I made up so that good luck will be on our side, that's all.
I'm so curious.
Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. Let's use this incense burner on the table. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense to the most distinguished guest among us all.
That's your cue.
Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth and prosperity in all our endeavors in the new year.
I see. Perfect symbolism, as expected of Hu Tao. And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds.
Oh, no?
But chatting with him has been a real eye-opener, even for a bard who has traveled all across the world.
He's just messing with him.
If knowledge were a form of power, one could even say that you're a wielder of unlimited strength.
Not too far from the
Comes to
truth, is
having
it?
a way with words. The notable bard is certainly one cut above the rest. I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent. I am truly impressed. Since we all get to nominate someone...
Oh my god. I nominate Paimon. Oh, she's still angry with me, never mind. I nominate Xiao.
I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the incense.
You know what? That makes sense.
Huh? That won't do. Don't flatter me just because I'm your boss.
But you're our most excellent
We are looking
host.
for the most distinguished guest here. As the host, I shouldn't be involved in this discussion at all.
I
Now
see,
that
a
we've enjoyed
guest.
this table full of delicacies, how about we let our one and only chef here do the honors?
We're really passing the duty from person to person.
I didn't cook any of these dishes.
It's not a big deal. Just look at her. Xiangling, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of a masterful chef's competition.
The unison clapping.
Only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant. A good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
What a hype woman, Hu Tao.
Why does Paimon feel like we're back at square one again?
I nominate my own almond tofu to light the incense.
Please stop. You're making me embarrassed.
The voice clapping.
If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds in the harbor.
The boys have turned on their own.
Don't get me involved in this.
Oh, not a bad choice. With the Commerce Guild's young master lighting the incense, we're all sure to make a huge sum of mora in the new year.
He's gonna pass it to
That's not
Chongyun.
how it works.
Chongyun passes it to
Making a
Xiao.
fortune is indeed a fine wish, but it's of lesser importance than good health and happiness. Which means we should choose Chongyun, the skilled exorcist who keeps everyone's home safe from evil spirits.
Huh? Now you're nominating me?
I love this friend
I
group.
can't be the one when we have the Conqueror of Demons right here.
Exactly, and he's gonna pass it to us. I will pass it to Paimon though.
Adeptus Xiao has
But
the
she'll be
most
mad at me and
seniority
won't let
among
me.
everyone here today. We should...
I refuse. I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here.
Is he going to say
You should all
strongly?
be able to make the right judgment based on your observations.
Oh wait, don't.
One person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
That's right.
I just love how everyone is messing with everyone.
Paimon, you're still pretty popular with other people.
Oh, am I no longer popular with Paimon?
No, wait. Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again.
I'm not the only well-connected person here, though.
Who else is there?
You, of course. Take a look in the mirror.
Huh?
Haha.
Does that mean Paimon's the most distinguished guest?
Actually, yes. After all,
That was unexpected!
you're the only one who sparkles.
I agree. Paimon's just the one we need.
Yay!
Without a friend constantly by your side, a long journey would become dreadfully lonesome.
Oh.
But once you have someone there to brighten up the atmosphere, everything along the way will become lively and vibrant too.
Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into this. But a long journey reminds me that, you know, of the people in this room, he's immortal. And there's two other immortals here too. Let's just ignore the Traveler and Paimon for a second, because even if they are immortal, they haven't really been around Mondstadt and Larua for a while. So, you know, of course I'm curious as to, like, what the nature of his relationship with Xiao and with Zhongli is. I get the feeling it's more along these lines. Someone who can brighten up the atmosphere and makes everything more lively and vibrant along the way. And maybe he has fun playing with them a little bit too, you know? But all in the name of good fun. See? I think Zhongli
The
agrees.
traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon, they would have become quite monotonous.
That's for sure.
Paimon plays an indispensable role in making your journey a happy and smooth one.
A perfect symbol for the new year.
Paimon's not used to being praised like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll have to do it more often then.
Those were genuine compliments, right?
Of course.
Thank you.
You're the best travel companion
You made
ever.
Paimon wait for a long time, but Paimon's not mad anymore.
Oh, great. Our
Don't
plan
take
worked.
everything to heart, Paimon. Friends tease each other all the time.
That is indeed true.
That means Paimon is as important to the traveler as Guoba is to me.
Looks like we've come to an agreement. Any objections before we proceed?
I want to see Paimon light
Trust
the
the
incense.
traveler's judgment.
Then Paimon it is.
Yay!
And now, the world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon, will be refilling and lighting the incense for us.
Hu Tao's using her hype woman powers for her Paimon now. How sweet.
Here you go. Take the match and don't burn yourself. If things go really wrong, here's the 2-for-1 coupon.
Oh my god. A 2-for-1. Oh no. Paimon, please don't set yourself on fire. We will have a relaxed heart-to-heart chat all the way until nightfall. I want to see the incense. Now that everyone's had their fill of delicious food and tea, it's time to say goodbye.
It's getting late. I won't take up any more of your time. You're all free to go as you please.
Thanks for the treat, Director.
The tea was amazing, too.
You don't have to go all polite on me. Just remember to come when I invite you next time.
Wouldn't miss it.
Let's see. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyun back home. As for the rest of the guests, I'll leave them to our consultant.
Very kind of you, Hu Tao.
I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no need to trouble one such as Mr. Jean.
Friend on the ship? Who do you think?
I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me anytime.
I will.
It was great getting to know you all.
Beidou?
Let's meet again when the spring breeze begins to blow.
I mean, obviously there's Kazuha with an anima vision.
We should write poetry together sometime.
But that doesn't mean that Venti knows him. Maybe Beidou. I feel like they would get along.
We'll catch you all later then.
Bye, Hu Tao.
Don't forget to return to the parlor later. There's something I need you to do.
Oh?
Understood. See you later.
Bye.
Well then.
Or Zhongli has to work on Lantern Rite.
Just Zhongli will do. I live as a mortal in Liu Harbor now. I am just one among many who begin work at sunrise and retire to rest at sundown. If we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli, I should be respectfully referring to you as Adeptus Shao.
Heaven forbid.
Adeptus Shao?
Not you too.
I meant what I said. I heard that during the Lantern Rite Music Festival, you
Wow, how
conferred
pretty.
with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. I take it as you've gained a lot more knowledge about the past?
Indeed.
The same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, feelings and interpretations expand in variety too. I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya, and learned a
Ooh.
few things about her research topic.
Isn't she the one researching the Guili
And
Plains?
the conclusion she made. Her area of research is already very close to the truth.
Or was she the
There
one
are
who's trapped in the
multiple
box?
sides to humans and gods alike.
No, she's not the one in the
legends
box.
recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant and condescending, while others were kind and capable. But whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger adepti such as Shao and Ganyu, those adepti and gods that may seem extraordinary to humans are something more akin to close companions. This was as true back then as it is right now. Just how Shao may seem unapproachable to most, but the Traveler has proved otherwise.
That's right.
So there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
Though I would argue that Shao has done it
Rex
himself. We just reached out to him.
Zhongli, what you're saying is...
It looks like you understood what I meant. Ah,
I think he's encouraging
the
him to have
director asked me
friends.
to accompany you on your
In
return.
a way.
But I don't think you'll need my protection. I'll be taking a walk around and admiring the night scenery. After that, it'll be time for me to go back and meet up with the director. Goodbye for now.
Bye for now, Zhongli. Nice to see you.
Bye, Xiangli.
Are you headed back to Wangshu Inn?
Gone now. Paimon always feels a little empty inside when a lively celebration ends.
Aw.
But at least you always stay by Paimon's side.
That's right.
No.
Yes.
Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide, will always stay by your side, traveler.
It's my honor.
Good that you're aware of that. Shell, is there anything else you want to do? We could take you on a tour of Liyue Harbor.
That Adventurers Guild member definitely knows that Zhongli is
I
Rex
stayed
Lapis
here for
now.
much longer than I had expected. The city lights are a fine sight, but it's time for me to leave.
We'll walk you to the
events
inn.
of today occurred so abruptly. I appreciate your kindness.
The feeling's mutual.
Okay.
You don't have to thank me every time.
I'll see you next time then.
Oh, no! Splitting up with friends is the saddest part. Ooh, History of Mondstadt. I want to watch that. The entire history of Mondstadt. I do want to watch that. But for now, we've reached the end. Wow, that was amazing. That was a part so sweet and at times so funny. I enjoyed that quite a bit. That was really fun. It is so cool, even though I'm doing it kind of in reverse. Nah, not really. I've gone through 2 Lantern Rites myself now. And it's really cool to go back and see the previous 3, I think it is, and how Xiao has changed over time. I really feel so proud of him and so happy for him. It was really fun to see Hu Tao spending time with her friends, Xianling and Chongyun and Xingqiu. And it's interesting to think that her friendship circle might actually expand in the future, because I would say that in the previous Lantern Rite, Lan Yan spent a lot of time with this group. Who knows if they'll remember to put her in for future scenes with this group. But I thought it was kind of cool to see that they collectively made a new friend with her in this year that just passed, at least. Anyhow, that was really sweet. I'm super glad I watched that. Thank you as always to Potato Jara for posting this. And now I'm going to send you back to past Laura to end the episode. So thanks for watching this little addendum, and I'll see you next time. Somehow we've made it to the end. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. I also want to thank our Patreon supporters, Jay Blakewood, Connoissard, Mary, Power of Chaos, Edu, Gibrilia, and all of our anonymous patrons. Thank you all. And to everyone, happy Lantern Rite! Again. And I will see you all in the next one.